Hi everyone, Krebs here. I just need to let you all know that in this cast there is a slight problem, okay? Basically, I got a new sound card, but I forgot to change some settings, and this means that in this video, you can actually see the recorded video, and you can also hear my voice, the microphone, but unfortunately, none of the in-game sound was recorded. Kind of unfortunate, right? So you can watch the cast normally, or what I would actually recommend is to download the audio file, which I will include in the description below, and then you guys can watch or listen to it along to the actual replay, which is again in the download box below or in the description below. So sorry for that, but until next cast where I'll fix it, here is the cast. Hello everyone and welcome back to another Krebs Go replay cast. This time around we're going to be doing I should let you guys guess. What could this map be? Let's take a quick 360 panoramic view and you guys can guess what this map is. An exclusive, unique, first time appearance on the Krebs Go channel. This is, come on, you guys are shouting it by now, 3v3 Hill 331 that we are doing today. I believe this is the first time we're ever doing it on this channel. I don't know, I've got a weird feeling that it's not the first time, but I think it's the first time. We'll go with that. Okay guys, so I am back into things. I had a little bit of technical difficulties with recording this cast yesterday, so I am doing it today, the 26th of December. I hope you guys have had a good Christmas. I hope you had a lot of time lounging about, just being lazy and all that great stuff. You know what you would expect with Christmas. I hope you, I don't know, just had a really good time. I hope you were spoiled and got all the presents you liked. I hope you were playing Company of Heroes. Shame on you. I was actually in the Game Replays chat yesterday telling everyone, shame on you for being on Company of Heroes during Christmas time. Yet I was a hypocrite at the same time because I was on Company of Heroes. Anyway guys, so today we're going to be doing an exciting matchup, 3v3 on Hill 331, and it's also featuring a bunch of Game Replay staff members facing each other off. If you guys don't know what Game Replays is, it's one of the main websites for Company of Heroes. A lot of people go on the actual main website, however, for some reason, Game Replays seems to be the more main one. All the experts and such go on there if you want to learn strategies and stuff. GameReplays.org. Okay? I am one of the staff members on there, actually. I'm a commentator on there, but I'm not actually in this game. Alright guys, so let's get this game on the road. We're at the 5-second mark and we're going to be starting in 3 seconds. So in 3, 2, 1, and go! 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I always feel like I have a bit of a slow change of pace there when I'm having to count down the seconds, just because I'm usually accustomed to a faster pace, but fair enough. So basically, as I was saying, I'm not actually in this game. I am a staff member on Game Replay as a commentator. However, I'm not part of this. I'm more so the commentator. I am the one that's going to be doing the casts of these such games, I suppose you could say. I suppose we all have a different role, and I have the unlucky role of casting these. But yeah, it's okay, I'm used to casting. Hey ho, there's nothing wrong with casting. Casting's a fun job. Anyway guys, so today we're going to be looking at 2 Americans and 1 Brit on the southern corner of the Hill 331. One goes by the name of Damn Evil Vicious Sand, which is Sandland. The other one, the Brit, is Damn Evil Vicious Spez, who's actually setting up his HQ. He just built his lieutenant, he's setting up his HQ. Most likely going to be parking it on, I imagine, a munitions point if he's going for a typical Brit start order. We've also got a Damn Evil Vicious Mouse, who, if you guys don't know, was actually in the last replay, who's taking on Morelu, my most favorite Company of Heroes player of all time, Morelu, and he, funnily enough, lost that. And now this is an interesting thing to mention. Damn Evil Vicious Mouse is actually the #1 American and Wehrmacht in 1v1 in this game. So he's the level 20 for both factions. Oh my god, for vanilla factions. He's definitely the master of vanilla in this game. So that is, wow, that is impressive. That's Damn Evil Vicious Mouse right here. He's gone for a rack start. Now, let's not leave our Axes friends in the cold here. So heading on over towards the north, we've got DJW2104 as one of the Wehrmacht. He's actually gone for the Wehrmacht quarters. I don't know why I'm trying to sound surprised by saying Wehrmacht quarters. There's literally nothing else that they can build. Maybe a forward HQ, that's about it. So he's gone for some Pioneers, capping away. We've also got Jim Sucks as the PE, building his Kampfgruppe company very, very early. So I actually want to switch on over to not Kampfgruppe company, to Jim Sucks and take an exact look at what he's got. He's actually got 3 Panzergrenadiers. Have I really been talking for that long that he already has 3 Panzergrenadiers and also a Kampfgruppe company out? Apparently I must have been. So also the last guy that we're taking a look at is Budweis with the Reich headquarters put down. I suppose you can't really say it's put down, it's already automatically there. He's also got the Wehrmacht quarters, and he is going along the right hand side to get some guys over there. So let's head on over to the tactical map. Let's not leave this great map out. My girlfriend is yet again texting me, baby XXX. Oh jeez. To text your girlfriend or not to text your girlfriend? No, I don't think so. Gonna have to wait for the next 40 or so minutes. Now, I hope the audio levels are okay. I hope they're not too loud. As I said in my previous cast, I needed to get a new sound card. This is the new sound card that I'm working with right now, so hopefully all the microphone levels are at the same levels as they should be. So let's head on over to the tactical map. Right, so this is what the tactical map looks like for Hill 331. Now, interesting map because we can sort of split it into 3 sectors, 3 important sectors. Now, you've got the forest on the left-hand side, you've got a gigantic hill with a whole bunch of entrenchments, including barbed wire, sandbags, and tons of cover in the center, and you've also got a forest on the right hand side. Now, what makes this map quite interesting, and what I think we'll have to take a note of in this game is, well, look at the points distribution, the strategic points, and also the VPs. This is VPs, by the way. Wow, this is like the first time I've ever seen people play VPs on Hill 331. But anyway, basically there's tons and tons of low points, mostly scattered towards the bases of each players. And where you're going to have to actually be fighting for points is in the center, where you've got a few manpower points, and most importantly towards the left and right side, where you've got a plus 10 munitions on either side. So there you guys go, plus 10 munitions, medium munitions right there. Now these are the important bits, the forest, because literally you have no points in the middle except a VP and 2 manpower points. It is all no man's land really in the center. So the important bits, and I have to stress this, is the bits on the sides, the left and right side, the forest, okay? A lot of times I'll play on this map, and what a common mistake I see with some people is that they don't go for the sides. They think just because the middle is here and that's where action usually funnels towards the middle, that's the place to go. Not necessarily the case. Not necessarily the case, because the sides are also very, very important. Make sure you have them. Now, I'm actually going to pause the game at 5 minutes exactly, just so I can actually change the audio levels. I'm not sure how it's going to turn out in the cast. Chances are it's going to be okay, but I don't know. It seems a little bit loud for me, so I'm taking down a tiny wee bit. Hopefully that's going to be okay. At the 5 minute mark, we're starting in 3 seconds. So in 3, 2, 1, and go. And there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and on we go. So hopefully that's okay. It sounds a little bit quieter, so hopefully my voice is over the bullet fire coming on. Right, I mean, there's so much effort that goes into making these casts. It's kind of hard to explain to someone who's not really part of the scene, but honestly, there's a lot of just mucking about, trying to get the levels perfect, and there's just so many times that you have to get the perfect cast. So yesterday I was spending literally 3 hours trying to set up this sound card so that you guys could have something to enjoy, right? Lots of effort that goes into it, but you know what, I enjoy it, so it's really not work or it's anything painful. It's not something that I, hate or despise doing. I actually quite enjoy it because I enjoy casting for you guys. Now let's focus on the actual build orders, because I'm a little bit keen on what these guys are going for. So since I'm on Jim Sucks, the PE, let's see what he has. He has 3 Grenadiers. He's also gotten that Kampfgruppe company, which we saw a little bit earlier, and he's also jumped on up to the, oh god, the Panzerjäger. I always keep on forgetting that building. The Panzerjäger Command, yep, I'm right, with the armored cars, and there you go. And so he's produced 2 armored cars out of there. One is actually trying to take on this Bren carrier, which is actually doing quite a decent job. I'm not really sure why this Bren carrier didn't fire away with some sort of armor piercing rounds to try and take out this armored car. I mean, he definitely could have done that. Maybe he's lacking the munitions, I'm not exactly sure. So DJW, let's see what he has. DJW has 2 Pioneers, a Wehrmacht sniper, and also a Volksgrenadier squad. So, kind of lacking a little bit. I believe he must have lost a few of his squads if he's got that few at the moment, unless he's been teching up like mad, which I don't think he would have been doing. He's got actually a T2 Creek barracks, fair enough. Now, Budweis, everyone knows Budweis. He's actually got 2 snipers and also a thingamajig. He's also got a Volksgrenadier, MG42, and 1 Pioneer. So I'm not sure if that other Pioneer died or he just had a 1 Pioneer start. That would be quite unusual if he did that. We've also got a bunker set down on this VP right here. Also with the MG facing towards this direction with another MG inside of it, which is just poking out the left-hand side of that bunker. So taking that on. Now this is going to be quite a definitely disastrous and very chaotic match. Oh god, what is this sniper doing? As soon as it comes out on the field, it's already dying. What the heck? Oh my god! 2 snipers already down. Did you see that? They just came out onto the field. And that is that. That's my phone yet again reminding me that my girlfriend has texted me. Gonna have to wait. So who was that? That was Sandland. Sandland losing 2 snipers? Really? Jeez, oh, Sandland, I mean, what happened? I mean, oh gosh, two snipers so early on. That's a huge mistake. So what are they, 340 manpower or something like that? So 680 altogether. That is, my friends, a very disastrous loss. So we've got a MG emplacement Vickers right down on this area. Very nice placement of that, because as you guys can see, there's literally nothing can come in this way anymore, because the Vickers has if you guys don't know already, you could probably see it right on the field, but it has an insane range and a very large cone. It's not like the MG bunker. Let's go to the MG bunker and see how pathetic this little thing is. Look at that cone. It's barely stretching out anywhere. So when you go over to the Vickers, for example, look how big that cone or the arc is. It really stretches on over here to this choke point, and it stretches on over front. And the Brits have also put down a trench here. Now, you might be thinking, oh, this is a kind of bad place to put a trench because, you know, the flamethrower could easily come up there and kill them. Well, there's Vickers right there, which is going to suppress them. So here comes the oncoming attack of a whole bunch of flames who probably don't even know that there's a Vickers right there. Also got a sniper in the background, so let's see how effective this is going to be. Big range for the flames, though. Let's see this. Oh, wow, look at these guys getting ripped apart. Oh, my gosh. What a fail attack for the flamethrowers. Also bad. Wow, that was quite disastrous for the Brits at the same time. Not really losing that one squad, just running away with 1 man, but still enough time for the flames and the sniper and also a grenadier grenade to do a little bit of damage to the guys in there, killing lieutenant and also 4 infantry section men in there. 4 Brits, 4 Tommies, you could say. So they are gone, and that is the trench gone, but they're ready to putting down another one. If I was them, I'd be a little bit more reluctant, maybe put a little bit farther back, just to be on the safe side. Remember, there's a sniper up there. Sniper could easily snipe away at them and be out of the range of that Vickers. Now we've got a whole bunch of guys moving on over towards the right hand side. We've also got that Stuart light little tank coming out on the field. So that is a field support truck just out by damn evil vicious Spez spamming two in fact Stuarts to take on the PE and their lightly armored vehicles. Now the armored vehicles are really trying to just get out of there as fast as possible, but landing on a mine. Come on, I didn't even see where that mine was. I didn't even know that was there, but apparently it was. So that M8 in hot pursuit of that light AT half track. That light AT half track is apparently spinning out of control. It doesn't even look like it. In hot pursuit just made it crash right into that mine, and now they've both got damaged engines. This light Stuart is following, trying to in pursuit, but it's, I don't know. I want to see what's happening here because this is going to be funny. Look at this, an out of control light AT half track destroying this M8 with a badly damaged engine and actually taking it out. So not really, not entirely a total loss for the light AT half track, at least doing something in the meantime and actually taking out that that M8. That was absolutely brilliant, eh? And now this light Stuart needs to be a little bit careful because I believe the armored cars could actually take it out from the back armor, and look at that. There we go, taking it out. We've also got a whole bunch of veterancy coming out across. The PE with their sharing their veterancies as well. You could see that this one light AT half track did actually kill that Stuart, so it gets the majority of the XP. However, you still saw that XP go towards a veterancy 2 for this armored car, because as if you guys might know or might not know, the PE have a sort of unique veterancy experience, where they actually share their veterancy. I believe with the nearest person, it's full, or sorry, the person itself gets full experience, the person nearest to it gets half, and then so on and so forth. It goes half of that, then half of that, then half of that, whatever, and so on. I think it goes up to a maximum of like, what, 1/8 XP or something like that. I think so anyway. So here we go, a stew coming out on the field. Now I really want to pay attention on what the build orders are because it's important, right? So Damio Vicious Sandland has actually gone down for a motor pull, and he's also got a WSC and also a supply yard. So he's being the sort of supporting role here, getting like the armored or the M8s and stuff like that. We've also got Evil Vicious Mouse jumping on up from the racks to the T4 Tank Depot. Lots of action going on here. I just can't miss it. Sorry guys, I wanted to show the build orders, but I mean, there's just way too much action to going on to actually miss it. One Rifleman squad going down. Horrible losses, but the Sherman is right there. What is going to be able to counter the Sherman? Not much. Only that pack that's down there is going to be able to counter the Sherman. So I don't know, Sherman, you don't really have to be that afraid. Maybe you could stay there for a little bit longer, snipe away at a few of these Panzer Grenadiers, take a few shots at the stew. He'd be absolutely fine to do that, but he's just being a little bit cautious, maybe because he knows that there's a pack there. Maybe baby, right? Maybe baby. So it looks like this trench is actually empty. Oh gosh, you know that means we could easily get one of these stormtroopers inside that trench, but I don't know, why is he not doing that? I have absolutely no idea. Why didn't he just cloak his way into that trench? I suppose he's okay there. He's got green cover to just take it on. He'll be fine, but I don't know. Just personally, it's me. Just, you know, take the least amount of damage. He's not really taking that much anyway. It's just me, right? So, a bit of capping going along the right-hand side, but overall, we'll look at a tactical map. Look at this. The Americans have dominant control with the right-hand side going into the possession of the Wehrmacht, but for a very temporary time. It looks like the bunker was destroyed somewhere in this battle. Looks like a temporary time because only one badly damaged Volksgrenadier squad with a engineer, 2 engineers actually, in pursuit with flames. So they're about to go chase away this one Volksgrenadier squad, no doubt, unless are they gonna retreat? Well, we've got Blitznades coming out. Oh no, that's not good. That is not good. Oh no, it could have been good, but oh no, you're doing it wrong. Americans are doing it a bit wrong. Okay, no, they're okay. They separate out the guys. I just thought that they would clump themselves up together for the blitz grenades to actually just stun them entirely, and then that would be absolutely awful. But it looks like the armored cars came to the rescue, and there we go, just chasing away these engineers, these gentlemen. Go back home, right? Armored cars in hot pursuit. I want to see how far these guys go. When you got a Sherman literally right there, they're going to stop in this area. I bet they could probably hear the wheels and the treads of the Sherman actually in the distance. A very good cue is to actually listen to the battlefield. Okay, so to actually listen to what's in the fog of war, you can sometimes hear vehicles moving about, you can hear men firing guns, whatever, stuff like that. And so you can sort of predict what is going to be coming your way. So no doubt they must have heard the Sherman's treads coming, and that was just a cue of, no, don't move any farther or else it's going to be dangerous. So for whatever reason, incendiary grenade coming down on here, he should know that incendiary grenades do not damage MG emplacements. As funny as it is, they should damage them at least slightly, but apparently incendiary grenades just cannot burn cloth. A fire does not burn cloth apparently in Company of Heroes, so I guess that's just how the fantastic world works in the Company of Heroes battlefield. But look at this, we've got a whole bunch of anti-tanks out on the field. We've got M10s, we've got a Martyr out just to counter this M10, so everything is going in opposite directions of destruction. Look at that, it's still one way, the M10 the other. Now over to the DJW, I keep on saying, it's such a tongue twister, say that to yourself. DJW. You know, you get a bit of tongue twister, right? He's actually got in the T2 Creek Barracks, also with a Kampfkraft Center, most likely getting some infantry veterancy. Yep, probably Veterancy 2 coming out for them in just a second. We've also got the PE jumping on up to the Panzer Support Command, so they have all 3 buildings in line to go for the Panther Battle Group. Now we've also got Budweiser Reborn heading on up to T4 and actually going to be going for the Panzer Command because he's taking up to that. Why would you go for T4 if you we're not going to get the Panzer Command? I have absolutely no idea. Only exception to that rule would be maybe going for Stukas and getting, well, Stukas. So that could be the only exception because you need T4 for Stukas. That's all I could think of. But overall, still, this is in the majority hands of the Americans. Look at that. You can see some guys moving along the left-hand side, but overall, still in the hands of the Americans. Now, I want to hit this point again. As I was saying towards the beginning of the cast, a lot of people, for whatever reason, funnel their attention to the center map. Now, I don't really understand this because let's look at the center of the map, okay? let's take it actually a panoramic view so we can see all the battles happening at the same time. Now, all you have is literally empty space. This is no man's land, okay? It's not narrow corridors like the forest. It's no man's land, big empty space. All you have is center VP up here, and all you have is just a bunch of manpower points. I don't see the reasoning behind it. The manpower points really are not going to help you that much, okay? Now, it's also a bad idea to even assault the center when, say, there's loads of Brits here, because look at all the cover. Say if you have green cover from these sandbags, these trenches and such. What is the point of being at a disadvantage and running towards something like that? I don't know, but for whatever reason, people are really keen on it. The only thing I can really think of as a positive view of the center is because it's sort of near cutoff points. So again, to the tactical map, let's take example of the north. Look at over here where my mouse cursor is. You can see that there's a manpower point and also a manpower point over here. These can effectively act like cutoff points if you manage to cut off the other low ones over around this area. But if you can at least hold these ones and hold the roads, for example, I hope you're still following my cursor. If you can hold these, this one and the roads around here, then you can effectively cut off the forests, okay? And that is the forest is where the strategic points are, where the main resources are. So that's the only reason I could see maybe going for the center if your end goal is to actually cut them off like that. But to be honest, just the way that I'm looking at these battles going out so far, I don't really think that they must be doing that. I think they're just so inclined on going towards the center because that's what the game mechanics of this map demands of it. I have absolutely no idea. I just think that's what they're doing. Now, this Sherman in bad position. I mean, 10 kills for infantry, Veterancy 1. They shouldn't lose a Sherman like that. I mean, a Sherman with Veterancy is invaluable. Maybe not so much Veterancy 1, but when it starts getting more and more Veterancy, anything with Veterancy for the American is invaluable. So losing something like that is kind of a bad idea. Always got to be a little bit careful with the PE and their light AT half tracks. I'm not sure if they had one. Yeah, they've actually got 2. Okay, they don't have 1, they have 2. So that's a great thing to take on. Now, over on the left-hand side, we still got a bunch of Americans here trying to fend off. So really, it looks like the battles are starting to focus towards the forests. Overall, the Wehrmacht are making a push into the right-hand side, which is a bit smart of them. They're kind of coming in force, whilst the lone DJW is just by himself. He's the one by himself having to try and take the left-hand side over here. Yet still, he's been assaulting this multiple times and he still has not captured it. I have no idea what's happening. Maybe he was taking on 2 people. I have absolutely no clue. Maybe he just was a little bit of a fail, you know? Kind of unfortunate. So the map is going back half-half into the territory of everyone. Now, 184 for the Wehrmacht, 443 for the Americans in terms of VPs. That is not looking too good for the Wehrmacht because that is a huge lead that the Americans have. And I can hear Calliope's. Where the hell is it? I can hear Calliope's. I can hear Calliope's, but I can't see it. Oh, there it is. So the Calliope's was apparently shooting down this area. Oh gosh, Calliope's. What I think about Calliope's. My opinions about Calliope's I will not share with you guys because I know a lot of you would probably disagree about it, but it's not too favorable just because I don't know, I just don't really like the Calliope's. I find that they level the game in the later game just too easily. In my opinion anyway, guys, so you don't have to agree with me. So the Brits are coming in mass. They're starting to get some tanks back up to force. They've got a Sherman Firefly, also Cromwell, and also Cromwell Command tank. Also got 2 snipers along here, so it looks like Sadland is actually built back as 2 snipers. Maybe he just missed those 2 gentlemen so much he just resurrected them in the form of clones. And so they are moving along the left-hand side and going to be doing something. I'm not exactly sure what they're going to be doing. Maybe trying to come up behind the Wehrmacht or something. I don't even know, to be honest, guys. Maybe they're trying to take out the pack. I don't know. Really, I have no clue. So overall, the Brits are trying to keep the center. This is their fortified trenches. And the center is still theirs. I mean, it's quite a nice place, admittedly, to have the center, that big, gigantic hill with all its entrenchments and fortifications. It is quite a nice place to have, admittedly. I mean, if you can actually hold it and people are trying to assault you, you have such a great advantage because there's hardly any way to get in here. I mean, look at this. It's really tiny spaces between the sandbags. Sandbags, loads and loads of green cover. It's an absolutely stupendous place to be in now. So the Wehrmacht need to be a little bit careful because why? Well, there's artillery starting to come out on the field. The Wehrmacht and PE are quite notorious because they have such a lack of artillery in comparison to the Americans and the Brits, for example. I mean, all that the Wehrmacht can get is Stukas, Nebelwerfers. Stukas we don't usually see that much. Nebelwerfers sometimes. What else do you get for the Axes? You also get Hummels for PE if you go Scorched Earth. But, you know, for the Brits, for example, they can get howitzers no matter what doctrine. They can get priests. Americans, they can get howitzers with infantry, they can get calliopes, and they've got their off maps and stuff like that. Every doctrine has their off maps with the exception of a few out there, right? So I don't know, it seems a little bit easier for the Allies to have artillery, especially the Brits. I mean, they have access to artillery at all times. And almost every doctrine for the Americans has artillery, except the airborne, of course. They've got their strafes and their bombing runs. Now we've got a small, tiny assault moving forward. Maybe this is going to do something. Oh gosh, maybe not. Maybe to act as sort of, I don't even know, body shields or some sort. Stu actually wiping out 5 guys. Wow. The Stu is very inconsistent. I mean, sometimes it kills nothing, sometimes it kills a whole bunch of guys. That was a very lucky shot. Killing 5 guys with one big blast. That's very impressive. Like to see what it gets here. Nothing. So that's what I mean by inconsistency. Sometimes it's spot on, sometimes it just misses. So it looks like the assault is coming back on the left hand side. We've also got DJW coming in force with some armor this time. So he was a bit heavily oriented towards his infantry, and now he's actually come back a bit with his with some tanks, some Panzer IVs and Stugs. So it looks like Allied War Machine is coming down for Mr. Damn Evil Vicious Sand. So Sandland, that's Allied War Machine just coming out. He's got his armor doctrine, and look at that, huge amount of damage, but it still doesn't really matter because Allied War Machine gives him those tanks back for free. Now over to, let's see the actual doctrinal choices for everyone. You can see some casualties going down here. You can see a 17-pounder being set up. Daniel Vicious Mouse has gone for his infantry doctrine because he's got a bunch of rangers and howitzers and off maps. Now Spez has gone for his commandos doctrine, as you guys can see, very classical with the gliders and also the decoy artillery and such. Sandland, as we just stated, was armor. Budwise has gone for his Blitzkrieg doctrine. You can see the infantry assault team, also the urban assault, and if he goes up down along the left hand side, which I believe he's doing because he's saving up his CP, he could get the Tiger. Over onto Jim Sucks, he's got the Scorched Earth doctrine. So he's got sector artillery on one side. If he goes on the other side, I believe on the right hand side, he can work his way up towards a Hummel. Interesting stuff. DJW going for the Blitzkrieg doctrine as well. So that could mean 2 Tigers potentially out in the field. Very, very notorious and hard to take on. 2 Tigers. Oh wow, that would be very, very difficult to take on. Could you imagine playing a 4v4 game, for example, and all 4 Wehrmacht went for Blitzkrieg doctrine and all 4 had Tigers? Could you imagine 4 Tigers out on the field and how devastating that would be? Oh my gosh, that would just be the end of days, especially how they could call it on yet again. So it looks like these guys falling back a little bit. The Panzer IV making its way up. Gonna take a quick bit of water whilst you guys watch. Oh no! What was that meant to be? Was that meant to be like a kamikaze Panzer IV? Just going right on up to that Sherman? I have absolutely no idea why. It's actually upgunned at the moment, as you guys can see, giving it a bit more penetration bonuses against vehicles. And look at that, blasting those guys to the past. They have literally evaporated and disappeared into pieces. Or no, they're actually, no, they're there. They're there. Just couldn't see them really. They looked actually blended in with the ground. But there you go. So blasted to the past. And what happened with that Sherman? It was actually just destroyed because of these cloaked, double Shrek'd stormtroopers who aren't retreating for reasons unknown. Really have no idea why they're not retreating. I have no clue. Why? What are you trying to defend? DJW? And I'm kind of surprised that the wow, there we go. One kill on that Stu. And now the Rangers have free roam, and that Pioneer squad just went down, and the Stormtroopers still aren't retreating. Has DJW ever played this game before? Because he just lost his Stormtrooper squad? I don't know, like, these guys are pros and stuff, but DJW, I mean, all he's doing is fighting on this front, so I don't see why he wasn't retreating. I can't explain why he wouldn't retreat literally everything there and save the guys, but no idea. No idea, guys. Maybe it was AFK? I don't know. No explanations there, right? So, onto the other masses of armies moving about. Now, it's 52 points left for the Wehrmacht. Not good. They need to maintain the VPs. So, they're actually doing that with the right-hand side, maintain control over here. I'd like to see some fortifications down. That would help. Also, got the center VP going in the hand. So, it looks like the Americans were actually, and the Brits were actually pushed away from the center and the right-hand side. Well done to you gentlemen for actually doing that, or also booby-trapping this one, VP over here. Now we've got a whole bunch of Panthers out by Jim Sucks, so he's got that Panther Battle Group. As I was hitting on with the Panzer Support Command, he's actually got that, and that allowed him to get Panther Battle Groups. Now, a huge army, so he's actually got 3. That means he would have called it on at least twice, so that means another, that means 4 Panthers were out on the field. I believe one of them must be dead because we just don't see it out anywhere. I believe maybe that was it over there. So that is a lot of Panthers to deal with. Panther Battle Group will always be a good ability, no matter what. I mean, even if there's quite a bit of infantry, you're pretty much guaranteed that there's going to be tanks and artillery out on the field. So Panthers are always going to be useful for taking stuff on like this. So there we go. Whatever reason, still exposing their side armor to the M10s. They should be facing... No, they shouldn't be facing their back armor to an M10. And there you go. Having to live with the repercussions of facing your back armor. Literally, did you see that? From almost full health down to nothing in a matter of seconds because of all these M10s and all these Piats. So there you go, teaches you a lesson. Do not face your front armor at M10s. Not a good idea. I don't know if these M10s have actually just been sacrificing themselves. I believe they were just sacrificing themselves. Did they have veterancy? I can't remember. I didn't actually look. But hopefully they didn't have veterancy because that would have been an awful loss. I mean, Allied War Machine is really good. However, you need to be a bit careful because veterancy is more valuable, if anything. I mean, veterancy is just very, very essential for the success of allies. So make sure you don't sacrifice your guys needlessly. If you're going to sacrifice them, make sure it's just a puny single 0 veterancy tank. That's it. That's all you should be sacrificing. Nothing with veterancy. It's important, very crucial, right? Then again, you could use Allied War Machine in various different ways. Say if you're about to assault someone and you know this is going to be a successful assault, you can actually call down the Allied War Machine to be sort of like a scare tactic because people are more reluctant to actually attack you in that case if you have Allied War Machine on because, well, they know if they destroy your tank, you're just going to get it back for free. So they might actually wait. That might give you time to fire on them a little bit longer. There's all that thinking that goes into it, right? But well, look at this, suicidal rifleman. Suicidal rifleman. The Stu wasn't even moving, and yet the guys just let themselves die. Very, very shocking. Very shocking. So this Stu is most likely just going to be going down. Not really sure what's going to be happening. 52 points still in the hands of the Wehrmacht, so they've got majority control of the map, but not majority of the VPs. I mean, look at the Americans who are leading by 402. That is huge. You got a mass battalion of vehicles here, badly damaged, all of them. You've got some repair bunkers coming down, which is very good indeed to be doing that. One of the most frustrating things to happen later on in late games when artillery starts coming out for the allies, for example, is that the artillery usually when, say, you throw a tank forward and it gets a bit damaged, you'll throw it back, retreat it a little bit to get repaired. Sometimes, actually a lot of times, artillery will follow after it. So you'll be repairing your tank, for example, some pioneers, and then boom, they're all dead because of just an artillery strike of some sort, right? So it's actually a good idea to save that munitions lost by getting a repair bunker, okay? So these pioneers are actually going to come back themselves. So yes, they will die just like any other guy, but they will come back and rejuvenate themselves by themselves, right? So you're not having to constantly invest in towards getting manpower, using manpower to get all these squads and stuff like that of pioneers that are just going to die again. So you're really saving a lot of time. Veterancy 3 out for this Panther. That is very, very useful. You can see that Veterancy coming to effect, the armored skirts, the MG42 on top. It's just super tank, super Panther, and now all these tanks are just moving in here, all these vehicles. I hope this is a good decision. You can see all the allies are moving back and forth because they know that they're going to lose a whole bunch of stuff, but I don't know, it's still too early to say what the outcome is going to be, because you can already see some of the Wehrmacht are taking some casualties here, so it's still too early to tell what the outcomes are going to be. Oh gosh, oh no, Veterancy 2 Panther, no, no, no! That is a big loss. Veterancy 2 Panther, very important, as I keep on stressing with these Veterancy. Look at that. The Veterancy 3 M10 just created because he destroyed that that Panther, and he's so close. Oh no, I think he's actually going to get destroyed. Good. Well done by the Wehrmacht to actually destroy that M10. Chasing after it, because they know how crucial it is. It was just one more shot. That sector artillery damaging it with a damaged engine. It's unfortunate the Allies couldn't actually move that in time. I mean, that would have been really important to have that M10. It would have helped so damn much if they could have actually kept it alive. If I were the PE, I'd be a little bit more careful right now. I would move this Panther right on back, like literally right back here, and get it repaired, because this is the very, very crucial Panther. Its survivability is right on up there, much better than a normal Panther, so it needs to stay alive, because this is one of the sort of fortresses out there, along with the Tiger. This is going to act as like one of those fortresses. Oh god, a Puma going down, so heavy losses right on around. I'd love to see a Homo out for Jim Sucks. I mean, a Homo could really help right now. Now, he's actually got access to the Homo, but he's not actually calling it. He's got 63 out of 76 population. A Homo smack dab in the middle right over here would just absolutely devastate these guys, kill a whole bunch of Pias, maybe some AT guns, and then they could even think about moving in yet again. That would have been definitely a good option to do. I don't know why he's not getting the Homo. Maybe he's going to be doing it, but he's not really paying attention. Not exactly sure what's happening here. And there you guys go. So what I was talking about, if they know or have an idea where your tanks are, they'll call down artillery right on top of it. Now, they know you're actually falling back, so say if you fell back to over here, a natural thing to do is fall back onto this area, and there you guys go. So a whole bunch of artillery coming down right on top of it. Now, I actually believe there might be a sniper here, because we actually saw some smoke come down. So could there be a sniper? Yes, there is a sniper. So he was actually revealing where these guys were. But as I was saying, basically it's very important to make sure you have some sort of pioneers out on the field that can repair these guys, but more so in the form of repair bunkers. I mean, then, as you guys saw, those pioneers just getting absolutely devastated there. They could have, you know, that's a lot of manpower to reinforce, and a lot more to even build a new squad if that actually comes down to it, right? So, repair bunkers, repair bunkers, repair bunkers. I've seen games where people have spammed like 4 repair bunkers. Not only is it good for fast repair rates, but also just all that free sort of manpower, right? Oh gosh, here we go. Loads and loads of guys here, all retreating in mass. Maybe they're afraid of the Nebelwerfers and the sector artillery, probably. Looks like it. All of them retreating, the massive blob of Piats. 4 Piats, in fact. Oh my gosh. 1 lieutenant out. What I'd like to see is probably 2-3 lieutenants, and then these Piats would be just absolutely devastating. They would instantly destroy Panthers just in one single volley. That's how effective they could be with a few lieutenants by their sides. Now it looks like all of the Americans are actually going up here, up north, to try and capture this. If they can't get the center, they'll try going elsewhere. So I like that idea. Go elsewhere if you can't have success in one area. That's a very common thing to do in 1v1, for example. So say if in 1v1 you're getting pushed on one side, you keep on trying to go that way, it's not happening, just immediately go on another front and fight there. It's more probable that that could work. Start moving your opponent around, right? Okay, quick drink of water. 35 minutes into the game, and we're nearing the end of it. 52 points for the Wehrmacht, but oh my god, this is painstakingly ticking down very, very slowly for the Americans. The Wehrmacht have had this for what seems like forever now, all the points, but for whatever reason, look at that, the VPs are just going down really, really slowly, 1 point at a time. Because the left-hand side is for the Americans. They've actually barbed wired it completely, so I actually like what they're doing there. I'd love to see the Axis do that as well. They've booby-trapped him, but that's not enough. Just barbed wire the hell out of this area, put tank traps and whatever else. That'd be excellent. Do the same with the center, and there you go. You've got solid control, and you can start thinking about maybe moving on the left-hand side. Now we've got a mass rush of guys going in towards the left-hand side. We've had a scouting M8 armored car, see what's there first, and here we go. Just a bunch of tanks moving on in one fellow swoop, trying to do as much damage as they possibly can. So we'll see how successful this is going to be. These tanks moving on in, crashing into a mine, which is actually very funnily placed right there, very awkwardly placed right in front of the T2 Creek Barracks. Now, maybe you veterans of Company of Heroes wouldn't know why that was placed there. Maybe you newer people wouldn't actually know why that was placed there. Now, funnily enough, I've actually not seen that done in a very long time. Pre 2.602, the reason why they've done that is because M8s very commonly would, especially in 1v1, put down a mine right in front of the T2 Creek Barracks, and this area specifically is where packs come out. So putting a mine right there would actually destroy a pack as soon as it comes out. Look at this mass blob of guys retreating. Look at that heroic charge retreating. Oh, absolutely devastated. The Americans got absolutely devastated. So basically what they've done, the Wehrmacht actually placed their own mine there, anticipating a future M8 going onto that area, so they could actually potentially damage it, damage the engine, take it out before it could actually put down a mine in that area. So very good job for them to actually do that. I haven't seen somebody do that in a long time now. Very long time. It used to be a common strategy pre 2.602, but still really haven't seen it done a lot nowadays. So there we go, big casualties for the Americans, but looks like, oh no, the right hand side was taken in the hands. There's 50 points left for the Wehrmacht. Oh no. Oh, look at that. Right up, it's just like you could almost touch him as he was flying into the sky. Man, oh man, sector artillery really devastating. Look at that. 200 manpower, munitions, lasts a very long time. I mean, look at that, active for 46 seconds, and that's just over halfway, so that's something like, what, 100 seconds all in total? That is a long time for sector artillery. 200 munitions, one shot at a time in an entire sector where you have sight. Brilliant, eh? That could actually be quite useful in an area like this gigantic openness of the center. I mean, one of these sectors are absolutely huge. Both these sectors over here are absolutely massive, so that could really help calm down sector artillery here, because it would stretch literally, if you could place it down here, it would stretch literally all the way down to this area. That's pretty nice indeed, isn't it? Retreating half tracks, absurd things right across the field. Looks like the Wehrmacht are maybe trying to get on over here, but one Tiger is not going to have much success against two M10s and a Pershing, most importantly. Not good, not good. If the Wehrmacht are going to get this back in their hands, they need to capture the right-hand side. It looks like the left-hand side is heavily barricaded. You can even see slit trenches going down. The Piats are going to get in there. The MG emplacement is guarding it from even being capped. So this is a heavy duty sort of thing. If they're going to actually break through, they need like a firestorm of some sort, but they don't even have Terror Doctrine. They need to throw grenades, bundled grenades could work for the stormtroopers. Then they need to take out the MG emplacement, but really it's going to take so much time to do that. Time they don't really have. Right hand side might be the better option, but then again, look at this. The Americans anticipating what was going to happen. The Americans being very smart. They know that the left hand side is quite fortified, but the right hand side not so much. So they're anticipating that the Wehrmacht would actually come this way, and they brought both of their Calliopes in this area so they could actually throw down some artillery, help these guys over here. But look at this. The vehicles, still not much time. We've got two Panthers right here taking on the Pershing. Retreating one of them. 14 points left. VPs for the Wehrmacht, counting down. Replay's almost over. I think you guys can probably predict how this is going to end. The Americans just holding off, just keeping their Sherman Calliopes here for no reason whatsoever. I think they know that they're going to win for no reason whatsoever. I think they just didn't even care. They're throwing down artillery. Maybe that is decoy. It's probably real. No, that was decoy, but this one's real. This one is definitely real, the one that's coming down right now. Look at that. Yep, finishing off a Pioneer. These guys want to desperately get in there, but look at that. The artillery is forcing them back. They need to grab it literally right now. Left-hand side. Looks like there's still just a bunch of confrontations here. Slowly wearing away at the entrenched castle. This fort, but I'm not exactly sure. Center side being captured by the riflemen, actually the Rangers, and there you go. 6 points, 5 points and counting just towards the end. That's about it. All these guys moving on in. Come on, come on, come on. Good game coming down from Mouse. And from Jim Sucks, and so on and so forth. And there we go. Just capturing this one VP, but still not enough. Playback is over. Oh gosh. Still, that was quite a hectic match. I mean, this is what happens with 3v3. Very hectic, especially big open maps like this, especially late game when you have all these all the access to your units out in the field. Very, very hectic. So, well done to the Allies for winning that match. I mean, they had very solid fortifications. Where could the Axis have gone differently? Some of their assaults could have been a little bit better. Having a Homo out could have destroyed the guys over here. Then they could have moved all their guys in. I think there needs to be some sort of artillery for the Wehrmacht. They need to enter in their battles with artillery first to soften up the positions, then move your guys in. I think that would have been a better thing to do. Also, entrench your positions, just as the Americans were doing on the left-hand side. They could easily have done that with the middle and also the right-hand side. You got some bunkers, barbed wire and all that stuff. You know, even artillery could come down, but they could easily put down barbed wire. Barbed wire never hurts to put down, and they could easily have done that. They could delay the inevitable, right? But for some reason they didn't do that. I guess they were just too into the actual battling at hand. So anyway, well done to the Americans for winning that. Now I hope you guys enjoyed this cast. I hope you all had a very, very nice Christmas. And, well, I'll probably see you in the next cast. I had a actually quite lonely Christmas. I was by myself, but then again, you guys all know that I was in Poland a few days ago, so I got to see my family. So I'm happy with that respect, right? So anyway, guys, I hope you have a very good New Year, and until the next cast in the next few days, I'll see you then. So I hope you all have a very, very good day. Bye-bye.